today, what's the first thing you think you would do?
I first go and try to spend time with my family, go catch up with my family. That's the first thing I was trying to do.
Mr. Jackson, I'm going to go over your rights again, okay? You have previously been advised of your rights and signed a rights waiver form, but I am going to advise you of your constitutional rights again at this time. You have a right to remain silent. Do you understand that right?
Yes.
Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. Do you understand that right?
Yes.
You have the right to a lawyer, to have him present with you while you are being questioned. Do you understand that right?
Yes.
If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed for you before any questioning. Do you understand that right?
Yes.
If at any time while being interviewed, should you decide to stop your statement, I will no longer question you and the interview will cease.
Yes.
Do you understand that right?
Yes.
Do you wish to waive or give up these rights and to make a statement at this time?
Yes, as long as the state is not seeking the death penalty.
Okay, so you wish to give up your right to an attorney to make this statement?
Yes.
Okay. Brad?
These rights, I introduce myself to you as Detective Freddie Wills, East St. Louis Police Department. These rights apply to you for the Illinois case that I'm here on. You do understand your rights, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. The time now is 7:02 a.m. The date is November 24th, 1999. We are presently at the Police Academy, 315A South Tucker in the television studio. Mr. Jackson, I want you to look at the video equipment and notice the red blinking light.
Yeah.
Okay, that tells us that the video equipment is running, and as long as that light stays blinking, it'll stay running. Okay? For the purpose of the video right now, I'd like for you to state your full name.
Raphael Orlando's Jackson.
Okay, what is your age?
28,
Your date of birth?
6471,
Okay, where were you born?
St. Louis, Missouri.
Are you married or single?
Married.
Your home address?
2629, Tennessee.
Okay. Do you work at the present time?
Yes.
What is your job?
Homicides and robberies.
Okay. All right. Mr. Jackson, previously, we've gone over 3 homicides which have occurred. Okay?
Yeah.
One being in St. Louis, one being solely in East St. Louis, and then we had one that started in East St. Louis and ended in St. Louis. Okay?
Yeah.
The one we'd like to start with first is the one that happened in St. Louis, okay, in which a Ricky Williams was killed. Okay, that was back on September 17th at 3137 California. Can you tell us about your involvement in that case?
Yeah. Ricky, I fronted Ricky some dope. You know, me and him was cool. I fronted him approximately 4.4 grams of cocaine, pure cocaine. I told him to bring me $200 back. You know, he can make $500 off of it, both of them together. I told him, please don't accept my shit if he wasn't gonna pay me. And he said he wouldn't even play me like that. He gonna have my money that night, So that night, he still didn't have my money. And I told him, I insisted before I gave my shit, I begged, I said, man, please don't accept my shit, because I got to have all my money. He took my shit, and I ain't seen him for 3 or 4 days. When I saw him, he told me he still got it. He ain't been doing nothing. He ain't moved it yet. He gonna take care of me. I told him, man, just give my shit back. I said, because you been starting some shit, just give my shit back. At that time, I could afford to lose the shit. It wasn't no trip. But it was the thing that he just beat me for my shit. Well, I told him, have my money that night. I ain't seen him for 2 or 3 days again. I saw him again, I asked him for my money. He said he gonna take care of me that night. He met with me, then he still didn't have. Told me bills been slow, he ain't did nothing. So I don't see him. I'm asking everybody how they saw him. Ain't nobody seen him, And I kept, looking for him. And I finally ran into him about 2 weeks later. and he still didn't have my money. He told me to meet him, you know, that night. I tried to meet him that night. He didn't even show up. So that's about the 4th week after I gave my shit. I was riding around, you know, looking for some more motherfuckers that beat me for some money, you know. And he didn't, you know, they wasn't at home, so I couldn't kill him. You know, one of them owed me $8, the other one owed me 10. You know, but they wasn't at home, so I ain't killed them. But being that I was in the killing move, I decided to look for Ricky, you know. And I found him, you know, me and somebody was with me, you know. I had dropped them off, dropped the guns out, we couldn't find Ricky. Then, as soon as I left there on the way home to go to bed, I synced him, I told him I was in front of him an ounce of cocaine. I told him just bring me $1,000 back there to give him a chance to make my money and make him some money. He said meet him back there in an hour. I went back to the dude I dropped off, and I picked up, had him to get a couple guns, picked up a couple guns, 38 and Glock 10. The dude was with me had the Glock. I had the 38 with 6 shells in it. The Glock had 16. I rolled back around there. Ricky ain't came back yet. We rolled around the block a few times, waited around the corner, trying to see if we can see him pass on any street where he be on. And we ain't see him, and I kind of got spooked because it was dark and I kept hearing noises. So I left and drove around, asked some dudes if they saw him. They said there was caught down the street. Some dude got smart with me. I started to kill him, but I said, no, I ain't gonna get him. So I went down the street. As soon as I pulled up in front of the house on California where Ricky was at, he had his mama car or something with a little white Cavalier. He came out, I ain't below the horn, he just walked out. And he came up to the van, and I asked him, I told him, I say, get in so I can give you this dope. I don't want to be out in the middle of the street doing it. I was standing in the middle of the street in a stolen van. He had water in his eye, like he knew I was gonna kill him. So I told him, I say, get in. He said, can't I just give it to him right here? I said, no. I said, get in, 'cause I don't want nobody to see me give you the dope. And he said, you can just give it to me right here. He said, where you want me to get in at then? I said, go around and get in the side door. And he just stood there, and I say some tears coming from his eye. I say, you want it right here? He said, yeah. And I just reached out and shot him. I think I shot him in the face and he hit the ground. I just reached out the window and shot the other 5 bullets out there in him. And then the dude was with me, reached over the passenger side with the Glock and just shot about 10 shells out of it. Shot him up. And we pulled off, dropped the hot van off, and jumped in the legit car. And I went to the house and I ate me something and drank a cup of coffee and went to sleep.
And that's basically it?
Yeah.
Okay.
He ran out. He was snorting heroin. You know, he fucked up my money.
How much money did he owe you?
He owed me $200. I gave him enough dope because he was doing bad. Me and the dude was cool. You know, he was doing bad, so I, you know, was called myself helping him out, and he fucked me out my shit. You know, I gave him some dope to make more money than me, and plus it was almost pure cocaine. You know.
Did you refer to him by a nickname? Do you know him by his nickname?
Yeah.
What's his nickname?
Slick.
Okay. When you say you were in a stolen van, do you remember anything about this stolen van?
Yeah.
Where'd you steal it from?
Stole it out in the county somewhere. I don't know why I stole it. Stole it from somewhere, I think out there by Lindbergh.
Okay, do you know what kind of van it was?
Yeah, like a utility van.
Okay. But you don't remember exactly where you got it?
No.
Do you remember how long you had it?
That day, I stole it the night before and put it up. Then I went and got it that night to go and kill these other 2 motherfuckers.
And who was that you were going to kill?
My mama ex-boyfriend and, you know, who she was engaged to, and his son.
What's their names, you know them?
Yeah, Lil Harold and Big Harold.
You know their last name?
I forgot.
What street were they on that you went looking for them?
Alberta.
Okay, this is before you went looking for Ricky Williams?
Yeah, I just wanted to kill somebody. And they paid me most of my money, but they have been spending me about my money for a month.
How many people were with you when you killed Ricky?
Just one.
Are you gonna name that person?
Nope.
And why isn't it you won't name that person?
Because I don't honor no snitching.
What do you mean by that?
I do not tell on nobody.
Okay. So there's yourself and one other person.
Yeah, John Doe.
Okay. And you won't tell us his name?
Nope.
Okay. And what gun did you have?
I had the 38.
Can you describe the gun?
It's a black steel 38 special. Got detective special on the tip of the barrel. And it had a pearl handle with a chip on the handle.
Okay, where did you get that gun from?
I bought it from a dude that's be selling guns.
Who was he and where did you purchase it at?
I don't know his name. I purchased it through somebody else, somebody's father. You know, he sell a lot of guns.
How much did it cost you?
I paid too much money for it, $135.
Okay. Now, this other person you referred to as John Doe, what kind of gun did they have?
The Glock 10 millimeter Glock.
Okay, whose gun is that?
That's my gun.
That's your gun.
Yeah,
So that 38 and that Glock is both yours?
yeah,
Okay, you just let that person use the gun?
yeah.
Okay, can you describe that gun?
It's a black, was brand new in a box when I got it. Black gun made in like a square gun, automatic, with a hole in the back of the handle.
Where did you get that gun at?
I took it from a motherfucker.
Where was that at?
I ain't gonna say.
Why wouldn't you say where you took it from?
I just don't want to say.
Okay. So you took that gun?
Yeah.
How long have you had it?
It's about 3 months. They tried to kill the motherfucker I took it from. He just ran too fast.
Okay. Is there anything that we've left out in this incident that you can think of that we haven't covered?
No, that's it. Ricky pulled too many stunts.
And what do you mean by that?
He was stunning motherfuckers for their money. He stunted the wrong motherfucker. You know, stunted the motherfucker who was good to him.
Meaning yourself?
Yeah.
Okay. Is there anything else on this that you want to discuss?
No.
Tom, do you have anything?
Yeah, at this time I would like to show Raphael this weapon. 10 millimeter Glock that was seized from your house. You recognize this gun?
Yeah.
Which gun is this?
That's 10 millimeter Glock.
Who had possession of this that night that Ricky Williams was
John Doe.
John Doe. It's a 10 millimeter Glock. Stuck a pencil on it here. Our serial numbers on the slide here. Okay. Take it to the slide out a little further. Hold on. See the front very good. Okay, the very good, please. This is a 10 millimeter Glock. Serial number on this is WY315. How many rounds does this weapon hold?
15 in the clip, 1 in the chamber.
16 total?
Yeah.
Okay. This gun's made out of plastic,
Yeah.
handle's plastic. Slide is steel?
Yeah.
Okay. I shoved a pencil in it. Alright. You mentioned, how many times did you shoot your 38 at Ricky Williams?
6.
What about John Doe? How many times did he fire the I just showed you?
I think 9 or 10. I forgot how many bullets was left.
Do you keep track of how many times you shoot?
Yeah,
Why is that?
because I try to leave at least a couple bullets in there. Most of the time.
Why would you do that?
Just in case somebody see me and get to chase me, I have at least 2 or 3 more for sure shots.
Anyone from, what if the police were chasing you?
I'm a killer.
And anyone, police, citizen, you're gonna kill them?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. We covered the van, is that right? Where that was taken from?
Huh?
Did you tell us where you took the van from?
Yeah.
Earlier, you said when we talked about this, and we talked about this a little earlier when we interviewed you, you said you were laughing when you pulled off after shooting Ricky?
Yeah.
Why is that?
So I always laugh.
When do you always laugh?
When I'm excited.
What, obviously, shooting someone makes you excited?
Yeah.
And you dropped the van off? Where'd you drop the stolen van off at? Just tell us.
No.
Will you?
Raphael, when you said Ricky came up to the van, what side of the van did he come up to?
The driver's side.
Do you know which way you were facing on California?
Yeah. That's that north. East. Toward Raphael. That's east.
Okay. You were facing towards Gravois?
Yeah.
Okay. And to cover that 38, whatever happened to that 38?
I buried it.
Okay, you buried it.
No, I didn't. I kept it. No, I kept it with me at that time.
Okay, at that time you kept it with you.
Yeah.
And then later on, you buried it.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And where, to your knowledge, where's that gun at now?
In Detective Freddie Will's possession.
Okay. And we're gonna cover that again in detail. When we start talking about the other 2 cases, we're gonna cover that in detail about the 38. Okay? But anything else you can think about Ricky Williams?
No.
Tom?
No. No.
Okay. So we covered that. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna talk about the page 10 homicide. Okay? Now I'm gonna turn it over to Detective Wills from East St. Louis. Happened in his jurisdiction, and he's gonna have some questions for you, and just go like we did here again. You explain to him what took place. Okay? Right?
Raphael, on October 9th, 1999, this year, at page 10, nightclub in East St. Louis, a security officer was shot. Can you tell me about your involvement in that?
Yeah. Me, a Jane Doe, and a Jane Doe mother, and Jane Doe mother boyfriend, John Doe, went over to the club, page 10. And it was, we was in there, and we went back to the back by the bathroom. Her mother had to use the bathroom. She went in the bathroom. We were standing outside the bathroom waiting to take some pictures, waiting for her mother to come out the bathroom. And a big old guy, I think he was a gang member, a GD or something. He get to beating on the door telling her, come on out the bathroom, let me in here. And he said that a couple times. I told him, man, won't you just let the lady go and use the bathroom and she'll be right out, And he talking about, man, I want to use the bathroom. He say, bitch, come on out right now. I say, man, won't you show some respect for the lady and let the lady finish using the bathroom, man. She'll be out in a minute. And it was the woman's bathroom. And he said, what the fuck you got to do with it? I say, I got a lot to do with it, nigga. That's my people. And then I say, he said, and that's her boyfriend right there. He said, well, he ain't saying shit. And he said, nigga, I am saying something. Won't you get up off the door? And the dude started, going off on me, and then I started going off on him, cursing him out, and I heard a whistle. Then all these gang members, GDEs up in there, started mounting up. All of them started coming back there. All of them was mounting up. I had a 38 in the club with me.
What kind of 38 did you have?
A 38 special, the same one I described earlier.
Okay, can you give me that description again?
Black steel with a pearl handle with a chip on that handle. We got detective special on the barrel. You know, I had that already in there. And he went up there, up front, started talking to all the dudes. The gals that was with me was telling me, leave it alone, leave it alone. I started going off on the way, walking away. And they started mounting up. All of them started getting together in a group, about 20 of them. So I told the girl I was with, I said, I'm just going to try to squash this shit so I won't fuck up all night. And I went over there to the dude, I told him, I said, man, they ain't even no trick. We gonna leave that shit alone. They ain't about shit. And I stuck my hand out. I said, we don't let that go. And he said, nigga, get your bitch ass out my face. And I told him, punk ass nigga, handle your business, nigga. Nigga, it's on. Whatever you want to do, nigga, it's on. And I walked out, went and got on the payphone.
Where's the payphone at?
Around all the way up to the end of the board to the left. Right off the bar. So I made a phone call, called somebody, John Doe 2. Told him, come to the east side. You know, told him I was gonna send somebody down, because page 10 hard to find if you ain't never been there. So I sent the girl and her mother, I told him to bring some shit over there. He brought a grenade, a Tech 9, and a 25 automatic. I sent them, when he called from the bridge and say he getting off the bridge, I sent them down to the Club Illusion to meet him, so he can follow him down there.
Is it Jane Doe's?
Yeah, sent both of them down there. So they get back down there. I had the girl, they come back in, tell me that he there. So I called out front. I called on the phone, tell them I'm thinking about just going to kill one of these motherfuckers in here and leave. You know, and then he said, no, don't, you know, try to just walk out first, you know, and then, you know, see if you can just walk out. I say, all right. He said, because he ain't want to be, you know, involved really in his, you know, car was registered in his name. So I had them, I sent the girls out the thing. I had the girl to bring the gun in. I gave the 25 automatic to the dude that was in there with me. I sent the girls out to get my 9.8 off the lot and pull it a little bit down the street, about a few buildings down the street, park in the middle of the street.
What color's your 9.8?
It's just a color.
Okay.
You know, we parked it down about a couple buildings from the club in the middle of the street, and I had the dude, the other John Doe, parked behind them in the middle of the street. And I'm talking on the phone. I tell him, I say, I'm gonna send the dude out first, and then I'm gonna come out behind him, just in case, because the dudes kept going in and out the club like they was mounting up and strapping up out there. So I sent the dude, I told him I'm gonna send the dude out. When he get in the car, then I'm gonna come out just in case they get to shooting. I won't have him in the middle of the shit. But before, so I tell him we ready to come out now. Then as soon as I say that, the police, he come over there, the guard on the door, and start press search, saying somebody say you got a gun on.
You said the police. Can you describe this guy to me?
Only a white guy. I don't know. I don't know what he looked like.
What do you have on?
He had on a security guard uniform,
Okay.
and he had a automatic 9mm on.
Did it happen in a holster?
Yeah, it was a Beretta. You know, so a small Beretta. So I'm talking on the phone still, and I see him over there petting the dude down, feeling all on his clothes, and he turned around and pointed. He had the gun on the dude while he was petting. He turned around, pointed the gun at me on the phone about 5 feet away. So I turned sideways like I couldn't hear, so he wouldn't be tripping on me, because he pointed the gun at me, because he knew we was together. And then he turned the gun back on him when I turned my back. I reached in my inside Tommy jacket, pulled the hammer back, only had 4 bullets in the gun. I think I shot somebody earlier, I don't know. I pulled the hammer back, and he felt the gun on the dude in his right pocket. As soon as he put his security guard put his gun in the holster when he felt the gun. He dug in the dude's pocket. That's when I pulled the gun up and just shot him 4 times. And everybody in the club ran. I ran out And didn't nobody really see it because it was fog, real thick fog and storming outside. Ran down the street, jumped in the car, and rode and made a wrong turn and ran the car off the road because we made a wrong turn. So I tried to make a U-turn and the car went down on a little ditch. It was too muddy to get it out. Then we got out, got ready to start walking. And here come the other John Doe. He pulled up, picked us up. I was gonna have him pull my car out. He said, fuck it, leave the car. I snatched my papers out of the car and we went on back to St. Louis.
Okay. Now,
I had on a Tommy blue jean jacket, Tommy hat. Both of us had on Tommy gold glasses. Me and the girl had on Tommy gold glasses. I had on the Tommy hat. I had on a Tommy shirt, a Tommy blue jean jacket, Tommy belt, Tommy pants, and Tommy shoes, and Tommy socks. Up under my blue jean jacket, I had a New York jersey on, beige with blue New York signs on. Under the Tommy jacket, you can see it a little bit. And she had on a New York jersey.
so both of you and the Jane Doe basically dressed alike?
She had on jeans, and both of us had on New York jerseys. I had mine over Tommy's shirt and under a Tommy jacket.
Okay, now, you
We
said,
had glasses on, like,
okay, now you say after you, ran out the club, you got stuck, where's your car at now?
I don't know. I went back over there about 4 days later to pick it up, pull it out the ditch, it was gone.
Okay. The gun you used, the 38, where is it now?
You got it in your possession.
Okay, how did I get that gun?
A friend of mine, real close friend of mine, you know, I had told him, you know, that somebody else killed the dude with a gun that I had, which was Slick, you know, but I killed Slick, you know, but I had him under the impression that somebody else killed, you know, so he got locked up out at Lambert Field. They had like 5 keys and a lot of cash, so they locked him up and had them in the federal hold. The feds was holding them, you know, and they holding them without bond. So he trying to make bond. He trying to get any kind of bond set so he can get out. He asked me, cause I still had the gun. I told him that I bought the gun from the dude. And I buried it in his backyard.
You buried in whose backyard?
In the guy's backyard. I don't know his name. I don't even know his name. I forgot his name. On Missouri and Potomac, I believe. But I told him that the dude who killed the dude, you know, I had already told him this way before he got locked up, that dude killed him. You know, and so when he got locked up, he had asked me what I do with that gun. He asked me where that gun was. I told him that gun is in the dude's backyard. You know, the dude on Missouri. He said, did I know where he buried it? I told him, yeah, I know where he buried it at. So I ain't know nothing about the deal with you at first. You know, he done made a deal with you. I don't honor no snitching, you know. And he asked me if I talk to you to help ID this dude and say I was over there in Page 10 with him, because that's who the murder was gonna go on. Him and his gal, they fit the paper description, the sketches in the paper.
How you know there was sketch in the paper?
Because it just came out about a week ago and somebody showed it to me.
Okay, what kind of paper are you talking about?
I don't know, I think of Granite City paper.
Are you talking about a newspaper?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's 2 sketches in there.
Okay,
A girl with some big brown glasses on, and a guy with low haircut, long peanut head, and some square glasses. No, round gold glasses. And the girl had a lot of hair on her head. Ugly bitch. And in the meantime, he made a deal with you. You know, that you will try to talk to the prosecuting attorney about getting him out on bond and easing his sentence. And so he informed you about the gun being buried over there, you know. And that's what he called me and told me that about the deal that he trying to make over there, you know, about the guard. He said they locked the dude up for 3 days and let him go. Because they went over there and dug up the yard and all that, and the gun wasn't there. You know, I knew where the gun was because I put it there. You know, so he called me. He said, man, they said they went over there to homicide detectives came back over to see me. They say the gun was over there. They dug the yard up, metal detectors and everything. They ain't find no gun. I say they lying. He said, won't you go over there and check and see if the dude still got the gun buried over there? Because he under the impression that the dude had the gun over there, you know, and the dude put the murder down. I ain't never tell him that I did, you know. And so I went over there 4 o'clock in the morning. Matter of fact, I buried the gun about 2 days before y'all supposed to went over there. And I went back over there after he talked to you and said he gon', you know, guy in college, you know, he don't want to be involved, he work at General Motors, he don't want to be in the middle of that. So I called you. I went over there and dug the gun up. I dug up one hole with my fingers. It was about 4 inches under the ground, 5 inches under the ground. It wasn't there. I went over 6 inches and pulled it right out the ground. It had got rusted a little bit since it been in the ground in a plastic bag. I wiped the whole gun off, and I wiped the bullets off, put 2 bullets in there. You know, last time when I shot the guard, I only had 4 bullets in the gun. So I wiped the bullets off and put 2 bullets in it and lined the chamber up so it'd be on, you know, the fire, you know, ready to fire the last 2 bullets. And that was the last time that gun was fired. And I went, got the gun, went around to the payphone, put some gloves on, wiped the change off, and called you and told you, he called me and asked me, did I see the gun? And he said, asked me to take it to you. I say, I'm not getting in the middle of that shit. For one, I don't honor no snitch. You know what I'm saying? This dude been loyal to me all these years. You know what I'm saying? When he was out, gave me any, you know, I can get, if I need anything I ask for, I'm saying I can get. If I need $10,000 hit to her, you know, it wasn't no problem. You know what I'm saying? And I did that for him. Other than that, I wouldn't have been in that shit, period.
okay. So when you called me, what did you tell me you was gonna do with that gun?
I told you I was gonna get you the gun. I said I was gonna bring the gun to you. This side you gonna drop it on. I said on St. Louis side, you said you don't know your way around too much in St. Louis. So I said I'll bring it on the east side. You said where you gonna put it? I said I'll tell you that after I put it where I'm gonna put it. I went over there, drove over there, wiped the gun down again, put it in a white towel, they had some Kool-Aid or something on it, dropped it in the trash can in front of Mickey's, the club right there about 50 feet from the police station, right there on the corner of the police station. I drove back across the water. As soon as I crossed the bridge, I went to the south side, wiped my change, I put my gloves back on and called you and told you where I said. You said you wasn't in the station right now, but you going to pick it up. And I told him, he called, I told him, you got the gun, and I said, you said you was going to pick it up, so you should have the gun.
Is there anything else you can tell me about you shooting the security guard at page 10? Was there anything else involved in this?
I ain't want to kill him. I'm disappointed. I'm not really disappointed. I didn't want to kill him, but I didn't give a fuck, but I was disappointed because I didn't get to kill the motherfucker who got smart with me.
Detective Wright, do you have any questions? Did you shoot anybody else while you was at page 10?
No, what happened, let me ask you a question. When the guy came out, did he get, the other guy that got shot, did he get hit with a different kind of bullet?
I'm not aware of that.
If he got hit with a different kind of bullet, then it was that Tech 9 that shot him. Because unless one of my bullets was the guard, in the paper it say the guard got hit 4 times. So if either a bullet went through the guard and hit the other person accidentally, or when he ran out, when everybody broke and ran out the club and I ran over to the car, some guy came out, bending over like he been shot. And the John Doe 2 just started shooting the whole front up with the Tech 9. And that's what we pulled off. He thought that was some people coming chasing me.
Okay. And is that it?
Yeah, so if he got shot, either a bullet went through the guard and hit him with one of the shells, or when he came out, one of the Tech 9 bullets hit him.
Do you know the guy's name that you buried a gun in his backyard?
Oh, you know it, though.
I just want to know that you know it.
I robbed him before, too. And I forgot his name. I forgot his name.
Are you 100% sure that he lived in Missouri?
Yeah, I'm 100%. I kicked this house in.
Okay.
He used to sell dope. I kicked this house in and took all this shit.
Okay. All right.
I forgot his name.
So
You know his nickname?
That's the name I know him by. What it start with? A D?
I'm not.
I know his name. I forgot it though. I know him.
I'm gonna cover one thing with you about the page 10 and then Ricky Williams. That 38 that was used to kill the security guard, is that the same gun used to kill Ricky Williams?
Yeah.
Okay. So after you buried it, it went to the possession of East St. Louis police.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And you gave them that gun?
And the same Tech 9 used in the other homicide or the other shooting is the same Tech 9 that was shot at page 10 that possibly the other guy got hit with.
Okay. All right. We're gonna go now to on November the 20th. We used an address in St. Louis because the guy died in St. Louis, but this was a carjacking that started in East St. Louis?
Yeah,
Okay, this happened a few days ago.
yeah.
Would November the 20th be correct?
I suppose that's about right.
What time do you think that was?
Probably about 4 o'clock, 3:30, about 3 o'clock.
In the morning?
Yeah, 3 o'clock in the morning.
Okay. Why don't you explain that to us now, your involvement in that incident?
I went over there, I stole a van, I don't know where I stole it from. And, I had a driver, I had another little guy with me. I let him use the tech before I took the 38 and put it in the trash can. I took it out that night after I buried it and took it for one last round. I put the 38 on me and the 10 millimeter. I wiped all the bullets off, all the guns, and loaded all. I put 28 bullets in the Tech 9, and I put 15 in the clip and one in the chamber of the 10 millimeter. And we rode on the east side. And we just riding around looking for balls, motherfuckers with money and rims and beats, you know. And we pulled up on club, whatever the name of the club is, I don't know the name. I was across the street from this club, sitting on the lot waiting for somebody to pull up that looked like they might have some rims, beats, and some money. And some 3 guys pulled up. Burgundy, looked like about an 85, 86 Cutlass pull up, and they got some loud music in the trunk. They pull up and park. You know, we sitting back there, and they don't get out. I'm waiting for them to get out, so we get the masses ready, but they don't get out. They keep the car running. And for a couple minutes, then they bag up and pull. They was blocked in, so they bag up and turn and pull at the tip of the lot where if they wanted to, they could pull right into the streets. And they, so I had my driver to drive around the block and pull through a back alley lots or something back there and pull around, let us off right past a little shed or garage or something. We put our masks on. I had a 38 in my hand, gloves on, and a Glock. And the other guy, he had his mask on. He had an orange mask on. I had a white string mask on with a hood and a Tommy sweatsuit. So we jumped the fence and ran across the lot. I pointed the 38 and the 10 millimeter to the passenger window and told every motherfucker to get out. And the other dude who was with me, he pointed the Tech 9 at the driver's side. And the driver got out, which was Keith. He got out, he made him sit in the back on the driver's door in the back seat. And the other guy, no, that wasn't Keith. The one that jumped out was on the driver's side in the back. Keith was in the middle. And Wooden, he was the driver. And the guy that was with me got on the passenger side. I was on the passenger side in the back. I had the Glock pointed toward them two in the back, and the 38 with the hammer cock pointed toward the guy in the front. And the guy was with me in the front, had the Tech 9 pointing toward the drive. We made them drive. I wasn't gonna kill nobody. You know, I was gonna let all of them live. I was just gonna drive them close to the St. Louis Bridge and make all of them get out. Then drive on across the water, cause I didn't want them to know that we was going to St. Louis. And we get about a block, half a block down the street, and I look at the guy on the door in the back, and I say, I don't trust you. You look like you would try me. You look like you a threat. And 5 seconds later, the motherfucker jumped out. I just got to shooting at him while he was jumping out. Shot him while he was jumping out the car. We were going about 30 miles an hour when then the back driver window in the back seat, shot him from the sound or something. We drove off and I told them, you know, me and the guy in the back, I let him put his hands down, fry up a cigarette. We smoked a cigarette together. And I let him drink his, you know, he had some Hennessy. Me and him drunk a little Hennessy together. I told him I ain't gonna kill him. You know, y'all some good brothers, you know. Just don't try what your friend try, be no damn fool. I say I ain't gonna, you know, I'm gonna let y'all live, just don't be tripping. I took my mask off then, you know, but they kept turning around looking at me. So we got by the bridge, and I told him to go and drive across the bridge. He tried to speed, and I told him to slow the motherfucker down. And I told the guy that was with me, I say, this motherfucker keep speed, or make him he don't keep his head straight, you gonna kill that motherfucker. You know, as long as y'all keep y'all head straight, you know, and don't make no motherfucking mistakes or try nothing funny. You know, we ain't gonna trip with y'all. We just want your car, your rims, and your beats. So I told him, I said, police pull us over, you just pull over. I say, all the windows tinted in the back of the car. I say, you just pull over. I say, the police hit their lights. And when the police get out and start walking up toward the car, I'm a killer. You know, I'm gonna kill all y'all motherfucking ass. I say, no, you know, just be cool, and I ain't gonna trip with you. I just want your money, your car, and your rims. So we drive on 70. I tell him to get off at Branch Street. And I had to ride around her and where it's a deserted area, you know, where it ain't no cars, no number one house around the corner. We ride around the corner, and I tell them to get out. I put the 38 in my pocket and took the Tech 9 from the guy that was with me and pointed it, bagged up about 10 feet and pointed at both of them while I had the other guy to search both of them. After he searched them and got money off of him, and I told him to take his jacket off and throw that in the car. Then I told both of them to get on their knees on the ground, put their head behind their back, and until we drive off. So the guy that was with me got in the car. I gave him the tech back. He got in the car. I went around the driver's side, because he said he couldn't drive that good and fast. Well, I got on the driver's side. I started the car up, and I got back out. I say, I forgot, so I walked over to Keith and just started shooting. I shot him. He fell and jumped back up and started running, and I just kept shooting him, and he ran and hit a corner on me. And then I said, how the fuck this motherfucker steady running? Then the other guy, I say, fuck him, because the other guy, Wooden, was running down the street. He was almost at the corner. So I ran around, jumped in the car, and floated all the way to the corner. And while we was riding down the street, the guy that was with me got to shooting the Tech 9 through the front window, you know, shooting at Wooden. And Wooden got to the corner, his leg gave out, he started stumbling, and he turned the corner and fell. So I turned the corner in the car, and the guy that was with me just got to shooting with the Tech 9 while he was laying on the ground. And I reached over from the driver's side and shot at him twice. And drove off and turned, and it was a roadblock. I made the wrong turn, so I just went through that, drove the car, and to a spot or a vacant house, and took all the music out the car, radio, all of the property, and then I drove the car somewhere else till we can take the rims off. We left that to a couple days. We finally got the rims off the other day because they had locks on. Me and the other two dudes. We took the rims off, and now the car still put up. Just this other dude come get it so he can cut the motor out, and then I can have the tow guy who I know the tow truck to come pick it up and take it and smash.
Is that basically it?
That's it.
Are you gonna tell us where that car is now?
No,
Are you gonna tell us who the other two people that were with you?
no.
And why is that?
I don't tell on no motherfucker.
Okay.
Raphael, I have one question for you, Raphael. Did you ever, at any time while you had these three people that you carjacked, did you ever tell them that you was the person that killed the security guard at page 10?
No, I didn't tell him that. I don't think I told him that. But I ain't had no intentions on killing them, none of them, until that fool jumped out the car on me. When he jumped out the car, and then they started looking at me. I said, I'm gonna kill all of them now.
How do you keep referring to these guys, some of these guys by name? How do you know their names?
Cause I read the paper.
Okay, so you don't know them.
No.
You're getting their names from the paper?
Yeah.
Okay. Was this random?
What?
This incident, was it random? Were these guys just picked at random?
Yeah, they had rims and beats.
When you say beat,
advertised.
when you say beats, what do you refer?
Loud music, a whole
Okay.
lot of loud music. They was advertised. They was just waiting on somebody to come and pick
What does rims and beats do to you?
make my dick get hard. And I see rims and beats and gold chains and bank rolls.
What does it make you want to do?
Make me want to take this shit.
If they won't give it up, what do you do?
I kill them.
Okay.
And I car.
And then what?
I car.
Calm.
I calm like a motherfucker. My dick get hard when I see the rims and beats, and I calm when I kill them for they shit.
So these guys were basically picked out because of the rims.
But they
And the music.
advertised, had all that shit on their car,
Okay.
and that loud ass music.
All right. Well, again, the search warrant was done at your house early this morning.
And you took the wrong shit.
Stereo equipment, is that what you're referring
Only
to?
thing he is in there is that cassette player and the CD changer.
Okay, that goes to
Two
the,
little speakers, that's it.
that goes to the,
And his jacket.
okay.
Ain't nothing else in there. All that stuff y'all took. The rims y'all took, them ain't the rims. He didn't have no, them some $4,000 rims y'all took out the house. And them rims is my brother-in-law. And the only reason they sitting in there because he took them off his car, Cause he went to California, he didn't want nobody to steal his rims. Cause he don't have alarm on his car. Them is Dayton's. Them Dayton rims. The rims he had was some chrome, some kind of chrome rims. They had Vols on it too. But they didn't have no brand new Vols and they wasn't no Dayton's.
What were you gonna do with those rims?
What rims?
The ones you got off the car from East St. Louis?
But they sold.
They were sold?
Yeah,
Who'd you sell them to?
they already sold. That was somebody else cut. They sold them. I don't know who they sold them to.
They sold them,
Yeah, that's somebody else cut.
meaning somebody else that was involved in the incident with you?
Yeah,
Okay, what kind of van did you guys use to go to East St. Louis?
a stolen van.
Where'd you steal it from?
Somewhere in St. Louis City. And we had that put up.
Did you ever go inside the nightclub that you saw these guys at?
No,
Do you know anyone at that nightclub?
never even seen the nightclub before.
Was this a murder for hire?
No,
No one hired you to do this job?
no. Sometimes somebody might tell me they want these particular rims or them particular rims, and I'll go out and get them.
But in this case, no one told you anything about these three guys?
No. They just happened to be at the wrong place at the wrong time and had the wrong shit on their car and was making too much damn noise.
Noise bother you?
No, them motherfucking beats,
It's like,
them sounds that excite me. You know,
So at this point, you're not gonna tell us who the guys are that were with you, where the rims of the car are, or where the car's at?
me and two ghosts on that murder, me and another ghost on the other murder, me and another ghost, me and three ghosts on the other.
Okay.
I'm fully responsible for whatever.
Okay. Tom, do you have anything?
Yeah, Raphael, real quick. Do you always read about your crimes?
I read about everybody's crimes, not just what I do. I read the paper. I buy the paper every day. Read about everything. I love to read.
Do you know how many shots you took at these guys?
Now, 22 shots was fired out that Tech 9. No. 22 shots from the Tech 9, and it was 13 shots fired from the 10 millimeter.
You keep kind of track of this stuff, right?
I know how many bullets I put in my guns,
Do you know what bridge
I
you
know-
cross? I'm sorry.
and I know how many bullets. I always check, see how many bullets I got left.
Do you know what bridge you crossed to get over from East St. Louis back to St. Louis, Missouri?
The one right there by Club Elouis, where you get on by the casino. What's that, 64?
that would be Poplar Street Bridge.
Yeah, well, that's the one I crossed.
Describe the jacket. What kind of jackets did you take from the victims that you covered?
Brown, probably black leather jacket,
What size?
3X, got a little button missed, a button broke right there. A
The
new,
jacket fit you?
yeah, except the sleeves. Sleeves a little long. It's a new leather jacket, except a button missing under the pocket.
How big was that guy that you took the jacket from?
Bigger than all, yeah. I guess he was probably near his size.
You speaking of his side, you speaking of Detective White sitting over there?
Yeah, probably about 220, about 5'11", 6 feet tall, about 220.
What'd you do with the, you stole the rims, right? The wheels?
That was somebody else's rims.
How much you get for them? How much they get for them?
I don't know, I think he got about $300.
What about the stereo equipment?
That should been pieces. Then I sold 3 amps and a crossover for $250. And I think the woofer case with the two 12-inch woofers, them I think I got $150 for them. And the rest of the other shit, CD change, a stereo, and 2 little speakers still right.
What about, are you drunk or under the influence of drugs while you're doing this? I mean, what's,
I don't mess with no drugs.
you don't use drugs?
No.
Do you drink?
I drink a beer, maybe 2.
Did you drink to go do this? Any of these crimes?
I think I drunk a beer, 1 beer. I don't never drink more than 1 or 2. And
Would that be safe to say you don't get intoxicated?
no, I don't think I drink nothing. I don't drink. Only time I drink if I go out, I drink a beer. And I don't mess with no drugs.
But never more than 1 or 2 beers.
Or 1 drink, or 1 glass of drink by itself, nothing else.
The jacket, what did you do with this jacket? Where'd that jacket end up?
At my house,
That's the jacket we seized from your house?
yeah.
We seized a bunch of stuff, obviously some of it was wrong, had nothing to do with any of the crimes you've done.
Yeah, I even took my van, and that van ain't got nothing to do with my brother-in-law's van.
As you put it, you never used your van to put any work in, do any jobs, okay?
I ain't never killed no motherfucker in that. I ain't never been involved in no murders in that van. I done stole a car or 2 in the van, you know, but that's it.
No murders.
I ain't never even shot nobody in that van.
All right. This is an Intertech 9mm Luger. It's a Model Tech DC-9. It's made in Miami, Florida. Serial number. Sorry. I have a magazine that goes up in a, that you bring over. Does this look familiar right now?
Let me see if it's.
Hold on, well, I'll let you see in just a second, how about?
Just look at it.
And where was this gun at?
In my black leather briefcase,
What was with that in the black leather briefcase?
a 10mm Glock, the one you got over there.
Mm-hmm. These 2 guns were together?
Yeah, a couple masks and 1 or 2 pair of gloves. And I think a phone number was in the bag.
You wear the mask and you keep all the guns and everything together?
Sometimes I just happen to, you know, I just put them all together because I had to move all that shit out.
Okay. And on this particular incident that we're speaking about, the carjacking in East St. Louis, Illinois, the shooting in East St. Louis,
Guns that was used.
these were the 2 guns used, and which gun did you have in your possession?
I had the 10mm and the 38.
Okay. This one?
Yeah,
And for a short period of time, I believe you said you also had this one in your possession.
yeah. I had both of them. I had 38 and both of them.
Okay.
I had them in each hand.
Now, the 38 you're talking about, are you still talking about the Pearl Handle 38? Prior to giving to me, you used that weapon?
I gave it to you the next day.
You didn't actually fire any shots out of that weapon that night. You said you had put it in your pocket when you
Yeah.
held those two?
Yeah,
Okay.
I just like having 2 or 3. Make a motherfucker move a little.
You said there was a phone number in your briefcase. Whose phone number is that?
I don't know. I know it was a number in there because I hid it from my wife.
Okay, your wife didn't know that briefcase was in there?
Now listen,
Did your wife know that briefcase was in there?
huh?
Did your wife know that briefcase was in there?
No, she didn't know it was up there.
Okay.
It was a number. It was a number I had found. A girl gave to me. You know, she had wanted to buy some, but I ain't want my wife to find because she'd think that I was fucking around with her.
Okay. Fred, do you have anything?
No, that's,
Tom?
basically.
Do you have anything else?
And let's put some of this other shit on tape.
What do you, well, I was gonna get into to some things here that we talked about. First of all, how many people you think you've killed?
Quite a few.
When you say quite a few, what do you mean?
Maybe 4 or 5. Somehow I just shot so many people, I don't even remember.
You don't even know if they died, people you've shot.
Yeah, I just shot a lot of people.
Sometimes it doesn't make the newspaper or the news, and you may not see it.
I just shot a whole lot of people in the last couple months. I don't know how many.
Do you remember any specifics where you were?
Yeah. Shot up a house over there on Natural Bridge. Tried to put a robbery down, but they ain't want to cooperate. You know, and they tried to run, so I just shot the house up. Every motherfucker trying to run up, back up in the house. That one, Natural Bridge or somewhere.
What gun did you use?
And I had Tech 9. Yeah, I had Tech 9. I had a different guy with me that night. Over at the living room about a couple weeks ago. About a week and a half ago. This motherfucker didn't want to cooperate. I got 2 guns on this motherfucker and this motherfucker. And I got him blocked in. The motherfucker hit the car in the back and drive off. He wanted to keep his chain and his money. Well, I shot the whole motherfucking car while he was pulling up. Shot all the windows. I shot the whole car.
What kind of car was it?
Delta 88, old Ragged Delta,
Where's the living room?
on Martin Luther King and Whittier, I think.
Raphael, why did you like that Tech 9?
Because I don't know how to shoot it. You know, the other guy that I had with me, he know how to shoot it. When you hold the trigger and it keeps shooting, it jam up. You got to, shoot it like that and it won't jam. And plus, when you jack the bullet, if you don't let it pop back by itself, you can put a bullet in the chamber and push it down, pull it out, and you can fire the motherfucker and it ain't gonna shoot at all. It's tricky. And then when you shoot it too fast, the motherfucker lock up. Probably shoot 2 bullets and it jam up.
So you say you've probably killed 5 people, but you can't remember any specifics about, you say you shot so many people?
Yeah,
How long you been out of prison?
about 15 months.
15 months?
Since August of last year, August 26th.
So are these killings taking place in that 15-month period, or is this before you
15
went?
months.
What's that?
in 2 months.
In 2 months? Well, what's going on in these 2 months? Why do you have to kill in 2 months?
I don't know, come. What if I need money?
Is that basically it? Money?
Yeah,
Okay.
and motherfuckers don't know how to cooperate and look the other way and just give me their shit.
So you're saying they should cooperate?
Yeah, I cooperate. I can have that Tech 9 and that Glock in my hand. If I got both of them facing down and a motherfucker walk up to me and put their gun in my head, they can have both of them motherfuckers and they can have every motherfucking thing I got. I get naked for him. He can have the motherfucker. That outdrawing the motherfucker, that shit only work in the movies. Yeah.
Well, the last thing I want to cover with you is what we talked about, what was going to happen over the weekend. Can we talk about that?
About the ammo code?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna hit them. I wasn't gonna hit them, I won't have them.
Well, explain that to us.
I got a motherfucker inside ammo code. It'll be $15,000 to $20,000 coming out of Monday morning. I was gonna have somebody else, my partner, to hit him. I was gonna go steal a car Sunday night, about 3 o'clock in the morning. And I was gonna park it down by the brewery. And then when I go down, then I drive a legit car, park it about 10 blocks from, from the station, filter station I was gonna hit. And I was going at 7 o'clock in the morning, get in the store, I was gonna get a stolen van, get in the stolen van, throw a bike in there. I wasn't a criminal gun, I was just gonna get the little guy with me, get him a gun and a mask and the bike. And we gonna ride down by the ammo code. And when the lady come out, it's a little lady, a little mixed lady. She come out every morning between 7:30 and 8:30. And she got a bag full of money. And she already said she ain't coming in Thursday or Friday. So it's gonna be Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Sunday money in there, Monday morning. On the weekend, it's $10,000 to $15,000 in there just for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. But this was $15,000, $20,000. So I was gonna have him, when the lady come out, had a bike outside van, let him ride over there, put the gun in her head, take the bag, and ride the bike back over there, throw it in the van, and ride the van to 10 blocks away, and take the bike out, and goddamn drive, get in the legit car, and drive it down to this house, right there around the corner, and put the guns and the money up, then drive on the way back to the south. Then I was gonna go change clothes. We go back down there where I stashed the money at somebody's house and the guns. Get my guns and money. Bring all my guns back to the south side, put them up, and split the money up. I was gonna get her a fourth or whatever it was. If it was $16,000, I was gonna get her $4,000. I was gonna get her money. And I'm gonna give my little partner his money. Then keep him with me all day so he won't spend it all in one place. Then when it get dark, I'm gonna drive him over in Illinois and kill him and take his money.
You're going to rob your own partner after he does a robbery.
I won't, yeah,
You gonna tell us who that partner is?
no,
Even though you were going to kill him?
he the same one was with me in Illinois
Which time?
this time,
On the carjacking in Illinois.
yeah.
So you say her, so you had her inside of ammo code fixing you up.
Yeah, She
I don't know if we talked about it before, but you
just
said you were gonna park the car at the brewery. You talking about the Amoco station at Madison and North Florissant?
No,
I mean, is that what you're talking about?
you fish for too much information. See that it ain't go down. So
Oh, I know, it didn't go down. It didn't go down. Is that the Amoco you're talking about?
I was gonna retire after that.
You're gonna retire.
Yeah, I was gonna go get me a job. That was my last big hit. I was through.
Okay. Raphael, is there anything else that you want to cover that we haven't covered? Fred, do you have something?
Raphael, you mentioned something about a restaurant in Illinois. But you shot up a restaurant or something.
That happened about 6 o'clock. That's when Rolex was. What day was that?
Club Rolex, is that the club that you took the car from? Is that
What day
correct?
was that?
That was Saturday morning.
Okay, this was Friday, about 6:30 in the evening then. I went over there.
And what happened?
I pulled up in the same hot van we had earlier. That same hot van we used on the Rolex. We drove over there early. Yeah, it just got dark, pulled up to the filler station. The liquor store or something. And the guy had a Regal with some Dayton's on it. And he was off the liquor store. I seen the rims and I was past, so I pulled up on there, parked right by him, and he saw us parked right there by the car. So he came out, got in his car and got ready to leave. So I started pulling off and I flagged him. I said, asked him, do you want to buy some music, some amps and all that shit? He said, yeah, what you got? I tried to get him to get out the car so I could jack him for his car. And he said, kidnap him. He said, I told him to go in the store and get an ink pen and write his number down. Write my number down. He said, just follow him around the corner to his restaurant. So we went around the corner. He went in the club. A lot of people on the lot watching. He came back. I'm sitting in the passenger side. I got my drive in there. I got the Glock. I took the gloves off my hand so he wouldn't see gloves on my hand. I had the Glock sitting right on my side. And my other little guy, he was in the back with the Tech 9. So dude wrote the number down right on the van on a piece of paper. Wrote my wrong page of number down. Then he was walking away. I tell him, come here, won't you give me your number? And he said, hold up. He came back, started writing his number down. And I grabbed his arm. I said, nigga, get in. And he broke and ran. So I just started shooting out the door, and I opened the door and just started shooting at every motherfucker on the whole lot. Shooting at him, every motherfucker on the lot. Then, and the little guy in the back, he opened the door because the door on the van swing open. And he didn't want to block my shots. But I seen the dude fall after I shot at least about 6 times. Then I jumped back in the van, we pulled off, and soon we get about to the end of the club, it's a door. Everybody started coming to the door looking out. I just shot at all of them while we was speeding off. Then we got stuck by a train track. A train was coming by. So we had to go all the way a different way to get past the train.
No, where was you at? What about in Illinois? Where you was at?
I think it was Venus. From the home.
Did you remember passing anything? Any place you can think of that you passed up?
Liquor store on the corner. Liquor store on the corner. Restaurant right around the corner.
What kind of liquor store? Was the name of it, anything?
I don't know the name, but I think it had a white front, white or light blue front. in the restaurant right around the corner, right down the street. There's a lot of cars, a lot of black people right there. All of them hang out on the lot.
What kind of restaurant, you know?
Look like a baller restaurant. Look like where all the ballers hang out.
What's a baller?
Niggas with money that sell dope. And got jewelry on, got real money.
No,
Anything else?
Yeah. Number, you know, I plead guilty to everything, you know, that I admitted to on the tape, as long as the state prosecutor ain't seeking the death penalty. You know, if she wanna plead for life without, you know, I plead guilty to that. You know, but if she seeking the death penalty, then I say the same motherfucking thing. We can go to trial, they can just spend some money and take me to trial and let them find me guilty and try and give me the death penalty. But if she waive the death penalty, she can get a plea bargain on all the shit. You know, and plus, you know, I want my stuff, you know, my wife to get my van back, because that ain't been involved in nothing, and I want my brother-in-law rims back, and the other shit that was taken that wasn't taken from none of these robberies. Because that's shit that ain't got nothing to do with these cases.
Okay.
And I just want y'all to leave my family out of this, and I plead guilty.
we haven't threatened your family in any way, shape, or form, have we?
I don't know, I ain't talked to him.
Okay. Raphael, have you Okay, no threats, no promises, we haven't abused you?
Oh, no, but you have promised that my wife will give my van back, well, my brother-in-law's van back,
Okay.
and the property that ain't involved or ain't related at all to none of these homicides. You said that she can give that van back tomorrow, today.
Okay. But that hasn't, we haven't made any promises to you to make this statement. I mean, we haven't sat here and bargained with you to make the statement.
No, you ain't have to bargain. I'm voluntarily making a statement,
Okay.
as well as you voluntarily told me that, you know, none of the property that was seized that don't have nothing to do with it will be released. You said she can get the van back today and she won't have to pay for it.
Okay.
You understood that at the time, we didn't know if that property was involved or not. Is that correct?
Yeah.
So from looking from our aspect at the time, when we went into your house, we were looking for stereo equipment, and there was stereo equipment there, and we were looking for wheels. That's why we took that stuff. And now that you've told us that it's not involved, we agreed to give that back.
Okay. At the present time, are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol?
I don't do drugs or alcohol. I'm just a crazy motherfucker. I got problems.
Okay. Has anyone left this room or come in while we've been taping? Have you seen anybody leave or come in?
Nope, other than them three motherfuckers in them Batman outfits, they got them guns pointed to my head right there.
What
What are you trying to say by that?
there?
No, ain't nobody came in.
Was that a joke you're just making?